Okay, so Blake, that
So-
ritual thing is not for druids, but it is for wizards.
I
You
know.
ritually cast it and you have it in your spellbook.
Very nice. Figured it would be.
Oh.
Something cool like that.
Oh, this
Are the
is the
openings
druids
in the
can do it
video?
too, though.
I love this song so much.
What?
Are the openings in the thing?
The openings
What
in
thing?
what? What thing?
The YouTube video.
Yeah. Tell me you never watched a YouTube video without telling me you never watched a YouTube video?
Why don't you say like and subscribe?
Like and subscribe.
Okay. It is the last day of May in our D&D campaign. And where we last left off, you guys made your travel through the north, your start. You met with your guide for the for the trek. Jumping Red, the Red Grung, call him Jared or Red, but he joined you on your travels northward through the barren tundra towards Solheim. Upon your travels, first day into your travels actually, you were heading through an abandoned village. And within this village, it had been made home to a young dragon, young white dragon to be specific. The 7 of you moved through, Red instructing you to keep quiet, keep down. The dragon, unfortunately, was stirred by the sound of the carriage moving, and grew suspicious and came closer. And through some attempts to distract it, which some successful, some unsuccessful, the dragon attacked, blowing its cold breath towards the carriage, sending the carriage asunder, killing both puppies and both horses. And as you guys coated in ice and frost, began to grow, have some inter-party conflict as Zero heavily pushed to try and abandon the dome and go and fight said dragon. After a lot of anger and dispute, multiple attempts to get the dragon far away succeeded. Still, Zero decided, he took it upon himself to continue to try and push towards fighting the dragon, fighting off Arthur, Red, and the party as a whole. Eventually, Zero was sent outside of the dome to fight said dragon, which inevitably led to the death and demise of Zero. Even though he did lead the dragon a decent ways away from the dome, you guys, as Zero was leaving, Red beckoned you to leave, get away from this area as quick as possible. No carriage, no horses, no puppies.
I feel like there's needed a vine boom in between each. No horses.
Yeah, thanks for letting us know that.
Yeah. Just wanted. I forgot. Just wanted to relive that drama real quick.
So, the 5 of you, excluding Red, of Discordia, make your way, running, as you are now on the outskirts of the village, probably about, and you're running maybe about 90, 100 feet away from where that went down. As you continue to run, Red continues to leap forward and just keeps telling you, don't look back, just keep going, just keep going. As you continue to run and run, the sun continues to set. The cold air, for those of you who don't have it, cold resistance by magical means, the cold air continues to grow colder. Your feet, at some points it's harder to run as your feet sink quickly through some of the snow. You have to pull it out and keep moving forward. What is going through the minds of Discordia right now? That's actually, I'll move you over there, like that.
You have a question.
What's up?
Has Taiga caught up to the party?
Yes.
Kind of lagging behind.
Yeah, I'd say Taiga is at the back end of the party, but he's with the group. With the group. So I guess I'll do it in the order of what you see here. So Taiga, what is going through your mind right now?
Honestly, I believe Taiga's what's going on through his mind. He's just very confused of what just happened the past couple minutes, half an hour, because he didn't see what happened when Zero was in there. All he saw is he just left and kept going that direction, and he saw him fighting the dragon, but then ran away. So he's just confused, kind of thinking what happened to Zero. And I believe his next thing is just to survive.
Okay.
That's what's going on.
Eskra, what is going through your mind?
Well, after that whole shabad with Zero yelling out, Arthur getting pissed at him, trying to push him out, and then Zero just all around being an idiot. Eskra is just thinking, the fuck is wrong with this kid?
Fauna.
Valid thought. Very
Fauna.
valid thought. I think Fauna is sad. Is definitely sad that Zero is dead to her, probably. I don't think there's any way in her mind that she sees Zero surviving that. And she knows that she did her best to try to keep him in the carriage, but ultimately it was his decision. So right now, with Dalen on top of her as she's a horse, she's just focused on surviving.
Arthur?
It's kind of like a torrent of emotions for Arthur at the moment. Confused, angry. I feel like the anger may have been pushed down for the moment because he knows still how harsh the North is, and he's more focused on keeping the rest of them alive. And he's just very frustrated that this is another person gone that he thought was his friend.
Dalen?
I'd say there's not really, since the adrenaline of running away is kind of faded off at this point. I'm just riding on Fauna's back, and that not had to do very much besides just kind of, at this point, stare at the snow. No real thoughts going on besides maybe, this is what my father sees. You know, just turning his mind a little bit more away from what's going on and towards his father. Not even really reflecting over what happened. Almost trying his best to pretend like it didn't.
As you are running away from the scene, very, very, very faint. You just hear the slight sounds of, as you're running away, dragon roars, crackling lightning, and to one last sort of cacophony of rampant noise before it's silent but the sound of the crunching snow beneath your feet. So, who wants to roll for the next for the journey? Or let's say the extra. Or how far do you guys what is the I guess we'll do this. After you guys are about 600-700 feet away from where that was, Red stops. Alright. This is far enough for now. I say we're not going to survive if we do the rest on this on foot. We need to find some sort of other transportation. There's a village about a day out from here that, God's willing, they'll grant us some sort of animal or cart or something of the sort. Do you still have that spell slot, the ability to cast, Lynn? Or do you want to keep pushing forward?
Dalen's kind of just staring at the snow still, not really listening.
He walks up to you. Hey. We are
I'll
very
kneel
far.
down.
We are very far from being able to be lax right now.
Yeah.
We can't process emotions until we are able to properly settle down with something over our heads. So I ask again, do you want to push or do you want to bunker down if you have that spell available? Otherwise we can push towards trying to find a cave if you want to nestle down. Otherwise we pushed for a day.
How long has it been since we rested, by the way? Just to...
It's been about 7 hours.
So I remember it's been the majority of the day because we were getting to that town when it was getting closer to dark. We were going to push past it or something. So
and you guys got up pretty late the day
we
before.
left around, I think, 11-ish, maybe?
Okay.
Maybe?
Then I'd say it's probably been around
12.
around 9 hours since you've rested.
Okay. Dalen's gonna kind of like look around, and trying to remember who has magical resistances to the cold and who doesn't. Basically, who's shivering. Who looks cold.
I mean, everyone has sort of some type of clothing on. So no one's like on frostbite level. I'd say everybody but you though has a little bit of a shiver to them, except for Red.
I can cast it as a ritual. We can cast it again. We should just find somewhere where it can hide easily instead of an open field.
All right. Let's move forward.
Hail Mary, Brandon. Can I roll a history check to see if when I was leaving the north the first time, if there's any place I know we could stay at? If not, that's fine. Like a cave or something?
No, I don't think it's gonna be something that you can really ascertain because the north is infinitely large.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say no to that roll. It says
Too much ice, too much snow.
fine. We move forward till we get towards the mountain edge.
Can I roll just a general perception check just to see if? Because I mean, there is still monsters in the north and things. I know it's dark and it's night. I don't have dark vision, but just if. To see if there's
Sure.
anything.
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
First time for everything. I don't have dark vision. I'll never hear those words again.
16.
16. You look over the perimeter, and as far as your eye can see before, it is impossible for you to see further. It seems like just white horizon, or not even horizon, but just as far as you can see before it dips off into just black. You see a number of like small like woodland creatures that are just like little rodents and reptile-like creatures that just sort of scurry around near you. Well, I'm talking like within like 30-40 feet of you. But nothing on a threat level of being like attacked. Just be wary of anything trying to maybe nibble at your feet along the way, or poisonous.
My hooves.
I'll say I kind of get down off Fauna at that point.
Okay.
And I say, Fauna, if you want to keep moving like this, I think that there's probably better to take Taiga. When I got down, did I like sink into the snow? How deep is this to me?
To you right now, you get off the horse and you sink about. Do I have a ruler? No. So probably like right above, like lower shin, above the ankle.
So like hip height Taiga.
Yes, but Tiger isn't
getting close.
as heavy.
Okay. Oh yeah. Let's see. I'll just kind of like turn Taiga. Taiga, do you want to ride on Fauna? Might be easier for moving fast.
So Tiger did catch up now. He's all good.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
All right.
Climbs
Kneel
up.
down. No, I'll get back up.
Go
Oh,
on, then.
he says sure while he's like he's going to almost sink it.
Red says.
Just the hands and face.
Red says, well, we best not dilly dally. Let's move forward. Come on. And he begins to on force hop forward.
I'll just say I walk with my staff out.
Okay.
As well.
Trot.
So Estra, roll me a d12, sister.
Don't roll a 6.
Get a dragon.
Don't give us another dragon.
Get a 6. Get a
Do
6.
not roll a
Come
6.
on.
Give us a
Ooh,
fire
12.
dragon so we can just get some more.
CR12 monster.
Yeah, CR12 Trask.
1.
Ooh.
It's
Actually,
either
don't know
really
if
good
that's
or really
bad.
bad.
I don't think that. I
Throw
don't think
some in
there is
Cain,
a good or
probably.
bad.
Or some god.
6 is bad. 6 is bad.
The storm worsens.
A resurrected zero is 1.
Let's go.
Zombie Zero. You stumble across a horde of undead at the front. A familiar face. Elf. And it looks like
Crackling
Zero.
lightning.
Yeah.
This is my other form.
There's also Siren there for some reason.
Yeah.
He made the trek. Zombie Siren. Dalen, you're a murderer.
Where is
Listen to this ethereal music, bro.
in?
I'm gonna ascend.
Who rolled?
That just died.
That's
Yeah.
what it
I did.
Huh?
Bro's doing his investigation to find out. All right, how screwed are they?
Oh, okay, 1. Okay,
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
That didn't sound good.
so
Are you sure it was a 1?
as you guys are moving through the well, you guys said you're looking for a place to bunker down until the morning.
Yeah, towards like the mountains or just any
Yeah.
kind of refuge.
Okay. So as you are as you are moving towards the northward, so right now you're just kind of heading a straight line up from Silmerhelm. You haven't really you started to go peer off, and then you hit the village. You went turned back up vertical or northward. As you begin to move, it's very somber. It's just quiet for now. Other than the sound of, like I said, you guys walking together, not a lot of words are said. You hear the sound of what sounds like a cicada's chirp just overall through this northern land. The brief sound of billowing, like a billowing roar, different than that of the dragons, but just almost like an echo coming from somewhere far off in the horizon. You begin to keep moving forward, and eventually, you find a it'd probably be about 5-6 hours of just walking. Fauna, does your thing just last until you drop it? Until like
My what?
your
Wild shape.
Wild
My
shape.
wild shape?
Yeah.
It should. Oh no, it's 3 hours.
Okay, so
So if we've been walking for 6 hours.
Yeah. halfway through,
guess-
you probably feel like you.
I
fully
will.
moving.
I will. Turn back into a horse.
Okay.
After I fall out.
So you.
So what happened to Tyga then during that?
You just fall into the snow, and I'm like, oh gosh. I turn into a horse again.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay.
You continue for the rest of the 3 hours of the somber journey. About 5-ish hours into the journey, you guys are traveling through this sort of forest of trees with 0 leaves. So it's pretty much just the bark. Even the branches have been brittle and broken off. You can see them somewhat on the ground, littered out in the snow as you travel through. And as you are traveling, you see this. You're beginning to approach this incredibly large, tall mountain that is surrounded by the rest of the Vatican mountain range. And somewhat past it, this one's almost a little bit by itself, but it's large enough that it's hard to sort of tell. And at the mountain, the base of the mountain, is a large sort of cave-like opening that leads into the mountain. And Red says, "Alright, this is where we're gonna rest for the night. This is the Soul-Spide Mountain, largest one out here in the north. There's a passageway carved through it. We'll rest inside, pass through. And on the opposite side should be village. I believe we should approach. It's called Velborn. Should approach Velborn shortly after. It should be warmer inside. Let's just let's move." Hops inside. And
As
then
we get inside. Oh, good.
the opening itself is large. I mean, the mountain itself is like you can, if you look to the left and to the right, you can sort of see the edge on the left side. The right side just sort of goes on for a while before it eventually does curve around. But the opening itself is probably about 15, 16 feet high. As you go inside, you see even in the dark, there's like slight bit of a light blue illumination that comes from the inside. Pardon me. And yeah, Dalen, as you're saying.
Yeah, as I say, as we get inside, I'd kind of just look around after we get just a bit in. Say, do you want to stop here, Red? I'll cast a spell.
Yeah, that's good. Don't make a fire. You'll attract everything. If you have any other means of, or I guess maybe inside the dome of their space. You said you can't be seen from the outside.
No light should come through, but
Alright.
the smoke should go out still.
All right.
I'll kind of like sit down crisscross in the middle of this passage. How wide is it across?
The passage itself inside, it's sort of a winding path within. On the sides, sort of these ice crystals, are sort of like come on, Rock Boy, is it stalagmite or stalactite? Which one comes from the ground?
It's stalagmite that goes up from the ground.
Right.
But
So
there's usually stalactites above them. 'Cause
yes,
that's how they form.
but it's but there's stalagmite like of these ice protrusions that come from the ground as like spikes that some of them are sort of blunt or cracked off. Some of them seem like they are rather sharp. There are icicles that are from the top that sort of are short, but they're still up there. As you hear every now and then in this otherwise silent cave. You could if you wanted to there as they do drip down.
It's actually fresh water.
Yeah, it's a thin or it's a narrow path that like, waves around. It's probably about like 25 feet wide, at least at this starting bit.
So I would say I'd kind of go over. This dome is about 10 feet, so it's about 5 feet from the edge of the wall, so the dome would just be barely touching it on the one side. Good to go on the other. There's still room on the passing. And sit down like crisscross, have the book floating in front of me, and I'm just holding the staff in my lap, closing my eyes for about 10 minutes while I cast this.
Red, before you do that, Red will say, I'm gonna watch the door and try to make a perimeter. You guys set up camp. I'll be back. Be safe.
Make sure you're back by 10 minutes. You have to be inside of this.
All right. Let me wait the 10 minutes then, and then I'll do it.
Brandon,
Mhm.
from how far we've traveled for 6 hours now, 6 hours past the 700-foot mark. How many miles do you think that was about that Fauna could estimate? I know that's a question for sure. I don't really. If anyone would know conversion rates for this, how many miles is 700 feet?
Not even one.
Yeah.
Not even one.
You've moved more than 700 feet.
You think we've
five.
moved? Do you think we've moved more than 50 miles?
Yo, what the fuck?
Blake's
Bro.
giving the stank face.
Think about that IRL.
You've moved less than 50 miles.
Okay. Then, as we're in this cave, can I make a perception check, or if I have to do a stealth check or something to see if there's a bat in this cave?
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay.
Make a perception check.
What? What is going on?
Ooh. 24.
24. You look up in the cave. You don't see any bats. What you see though,
Oh.
you see, if you look up into the sort of nestled inside of the icicles coming down is this primarily white, but with like sort of red eye-like spotted pattern on this rather large, probably about this big moth. There's about 3 or 4 of them that are kind of just nestled up like a sphere around it. I mean, that's probably the most bat-like creature you'll find out here. Bats as a whole, you probably won't.
Yeah,
find
but
around
it
here.
has wings.
Yeah, there's a couple
Okay.
of them, about 4 or 5 of them.
Then while Dalen is doing his 10-minute thing, I'm gonna spend 10 minutes, casting animal messenger ritualistically.
Okay.
And then when it's ready, I'm gonna kind of hold up my hand, and maybe that thing will come into my hand, and I'm gonna whisper it. I'm gonna say, if you're still alive, we are going to Solheim. I hope you're okay. And I'm going to say, look for a man with black hair, blue eyes, and dressed in a black coat with a pink scarf. And then let it go.
It sort of flutters off out the cave door.
It sees color.
Huh?
I said I hope it sees color.
Yeah. That's
black and gray. It's like,
Good enough.
everyone has black hair.
But it does
And
travel.
I'll
up
send
the,
it down to where.
Logs, you wanted a bat? They're blind.
Cam, you're not in the session. So, that is a good point, though. I will not lie.
Well, one of the examples to look for is a bat.
Bats are
It
not
just
blind.
says it says it literally just goes there, and then it just will, I don't know, magically find the thing you're looking for, and it will speak whatever you said with your own voice. So if it ever finds Zero, it'll be Fauna's voice.
Okay. So is there like a so okay, so you said 50 miles, so it can travel 50 miles max?
It can cover 50 miles per 24 hours for a
okay.
flying messenger.
Okay. So it goes
Quick
out
mob.
to the
Yeah,
up the
it
cave.
delivers your message. It delivers your message to the creature that you described, replicating the sound of your voice.
Okay.
It speaks only to the creature matching the description you gave. If the messenger doesn't reach its destination before the spell ends, the message is lost, and the beast makes its way back.
Okay. Okay.
Fly all the way back.
Okay. So it exits the cave, and I guess same time, 10 minutes. So 10 minutes, your dome is up, or is ready to be, put together. So
Yeah.
what? So it's Red, Dalen, Estra, Fauna, Tyga, Arthur. Is Fee?
She's in her pocket dimension.
Okay, Fee's in the pocket dimension, so she's not even there. And then Herbert is just kind of flying around.
And Garnet would be a
Always.
bush in the corner of the
A Garnet. Okay.
the cavern. He doesn't need to be inside.
Okay. So if there are some 2 other anythings, you can Arthur. Your
I've
dog.
skipped my hand, but he's dead.
Huh? Oh yeah. He's still there.
He's in my hand, but he's dead.
Doesn't really count.
I chipped him off on the way.
Oh,
there.
okay, yeah. Make a sleight of hand check for me.
Okay. Natural 18. I need
Okay.
to figure out my bonuses though.
So you successfully
Plus
chip him out without him accidentally breaking.
Okay, good.
The dog
Good.
itself is sort of, and it looks the pup itself looks rather peaceful, encapsulated in this ice. Yeah. After you finish casting the dome, Dalen, Red says, "All right, rest up how you need, do as you need. I'm gonna scope out the perimeter and probably watch for a while. So just rest easy. Who has the highest passive insight?
Bailey?
15.
You know higher than 15? You know
That's
higher
14.
14. Alright.
So me and Fauna.
Okay, let's do this then. Fauna. Or, no, Dalen. Describe to Fauna, what, I know you described to the audience. Describe to Fauna what she might read off of Dalen's sort of, body language or his
demeanor and everything. Yeah. I mean, when he's done casting the spell, before that he was just focused, but now he's just kind of sitting there, kind of just in the same position he was originally, but he's got scooted a little bit more towards one of the corners. He's kind of just sat there with his hands kind of put together in his lap, and he's kind of staring at the ground, thinking. Not like any clear emotion on his face, almost just a total lack of it, actually, in this case, I'd say. Just like, I don't know if it needs to be, but it's kind of like he's blocking it off, Thinking about now, but to an extreme.
Okay, and then
I'll clock that, and with the dome up, I'll just go and sit right next to him.
Dalen, what you would ascertain from Red, you haven't known him for long, but you, more than anyone else, have heard from Mansa, the type of character that he is, and the character you've already seen for the most part, the type of character that he is. He's a lot more, in the last hour, especially traveling, he's a lot more stiff. A lot more reserved, somber. I wish I could use a better word or a better phrase, but more
Like standoffish.
Yeah. As he walks his way outside the cavern entrance. And
Do I note that as well? Or?
Yeah. And I'll say, you should sit together. The Arthur Tiger Eskra. What are your routines or rituals or things you do before going to while you're in this moment where you can just relax and rest? For the most part.
I'll say I kind of crawl over towards Fauna as I'm still like shivering a bit, and just kind of ask her, "Can I cuddle up with you?" As I'm kind of like shivering, my teeth are just.
Yeah.
I kind of just like slowly scooch into her.
I'll take my hand out of the sleeve of my jacket, and I'll wrap it around you too.
Dalen, he's right there, so he kind of like, looks over at you for a minute, and then he starts digging in his bag, and he scooped up pretty much everything that was in the cart into his bag of holding right before we ran off. So I imagine we were storing all the sleeping supplies there, and everything like that. So he just starts taking all of it out for the most part. Food, sleeping rolls, just stuff we'll need for the night.
Okay.
Kind of slowly, he'll hand one to Fauna and Eskra right there, and take out his own and put it nearby.
And then the dome that we're in, is it actually physical?
For us, no.
Would you just fall through it if you leaned against it?
If I leaned on it and fell through it, it'd immediately stop as well. I cannot leave this dome.
Okay.
So
You guys can. Yeah, you guys can leave, but if I leave as the caster, it will be gone.
Okay.
So,
Tiger, what do you do?
Taiga, for maybe a little bit, he would be outside a dome, just looking out, kind of thinking. And then once he goes back, he's gonna walk towards, Dalen with just focus, and he goes to him. What happened? What happened to that carriage? Why did Zero leave? Okay, don't answer me. Don't answer my question. Yeah, just
Dang,
leave.
bro did not want.
What
bro
just
did not-
happened?
Bro did not want to talk.
I guarantee you he hit the power button with his foot. Guarantee you he hit the power switch with his foot.
He pulled a
Does it happen
I hope he
before?
comes in through your back door.
It happens to me all the time, and he's definitely gonna come. Oh,
Guess he didn't want to answer me.
Among
Huh?
Us.
He just
Wait,
didn't want to
Among
answer
Us.
Dalen ran
Wow,
away.
great timing.
Yeah.
You
Dalen.
immediately asked me, and my Discord crashed. Sorry.
Do you want me to repeat myself? Okay.
Yes, please.
I
A little.
said, what happened in that carriage? Why did Zero leave? Everything happened so fast. I couldn't talk.
I don't know.
You don't know. What do you mean?
Wanted to fight a dragon, I guess, at the cost of all of our lives. The lives of our horses, at the very least, of our animals.
Did you
Almost
at least try to
us.
stop him?
Yeah. Well. No, I didn't. Not. No, I mean, yes, but. We tried. Everyone else tried to stop him. Dalen is, he's like, not good at hiding it, but he's like, guilt and shame on his face now. He's kind of like looking down. He won't look at you anymore.
We've got to go back. And he kind of raises his voice for people to hear. We got to go back for him, right?
We can't.
What do you
Why?
mean?
It's. Do you know where he is? Do you want to go through that again? I'm not trying to be a dick about this or anything, but do you really think it's plausible to go back for him?
Why would we? I don't think he's alive. I don't think it matters.
You don't
Kind
think it matters?
What kind of a fool would do any of the crap that just happened? What just... I don't want to travel with somebody like that. Why would you? The next time we see something big and strong, if he was there, if he's somehow alive, he'll just scream and shout at it again. Dragging all of us into a fight we're begging not to be. I don't want to... I don't have to babysit my companion at the risk of my own life. At the risk of everything that I care about. He...
They didn't have a chance, Dalen. You know there was more than 1-0.
I don't know.
I caught a glimpse. He was fighting. It seemed he was doing okay, but we just left him. Are we to do that now?
I don't know what kind of person I am, Taiga. Because during that, whoever I was, whatever I was trying to do, I've never done anything like that. He kind of gets close, kind of like scoots forward a bit. So it's just like he's really close to you. Taiga, I tried to charm him so he'd leave. He's screaming and drawing the dragon near us, and I thought it was me or him. Us or him. If my charm went through even once, I'd have told him to go fight it. What's that make me?
Human.
You're not a bad person, Galen. You made a tough call. I just didn't know what happened.
I don't remember everything in great detail. I don't know, scared.
Balin, you were not the one who abandoned me. You were abandoned.
What'd you say?
We were abandoned. We were not the abandoned.
But I didn't... You heard me. I didn't try and run, leaving him behind. I fully tried. I guess I tried to kill Zero. So... And he went and did it himself anyways. I guess. I grew up hearing about dragons, you know? I'm sure most people do. I don't want to fight one. I don't think that they're unkillable, but I don't think that we should have. And I don't see how he could have done anything to it. Maybe he's stronger than I thought he was. And you're right. There were many zeros. Just so happened that the one that we had thought it was more important to go gain honor than to protect the safety of everything we were moving with, of us and all that. So I don't know if I want him to be dead or if I don't. I don't think I want him dead. I don't. Maybe I do. Maybe I did. I don't know.
The truth is, he chose to come with us, and he wasn't mentally stable. That's the truth. He wasn't fully there. And I don't think it's anyone here's fault. No matter what happened. And it was his choice. And it was, at that point, we did what we had to survive. Taiga, I know you're worried about him, and I am too. I mean, he's not... I don't know if he's capable of even surviving on his own. In the state that he is. And so if he is alive, I sent a message. I sent a message with an animal to maybe get his attention if he's alive. If he is, well, he'll come to us. If he's not, then we probably won't see him again. But if that eases your worry,
Tyga kind of just, let's say he was sitting, now he's standing up, and I'm gonna wait for Red. Tyga just walks away from the bubble.
Sorry, you can go. Arthur's standing outside the back of the bubble, listening through the bubble. And he's gonna step in, and he has Skip in his arms as an ice cube, but he has Skip in his arms. He's gonna walk to the right of Fauna, some 3 feet away or so, looking at the ground straight ahead of him, and he'll say, "You were right. I got him killed. The dirt in the cave. The dirt in the cave is softer than out there. I'm gonna bury him. Can you help guide him to Bashan?"
I think Bashan will welcome him. We'll make one for Zero's dog as well. I know we don't have his body, but I'm sure his soul is out there. You want to do it now?
Fauna will get up.
Okay. So you go over a little further down the cave, an area where there isn't like a layer of ice sort of frozen over, that where the dirt itself is looser. Move away some of the snow that's blown even this far into the cave away, and then find the brown dirt beneath, and you are able to. Do you have any sort of tool or magical means to make a hole?
I don't. I have my hands or a glaive, something.
In my inventory, no, I think we might just have to. If it's soft, I think we might just have to use our hands.
Okay, so there's a top layer that you dig and you gets through, and you hit a tougher layer. You really have to dig your fingers in and really pull a lot of this sort of hardened dirt out. It takes you a couple of minutes to get a big enough hole to get the doggens safely, and then we can put the dirt back on top. But after like 5 or so minutes, you successfully have a hole.
When we arrived to the spot, Arthur would have just kind of like did this to have you ask if you could hold him, and then he would have just dropped to his knees and started digging with his hands.
Okay.
Until he had the hole big enough.
Fauna would put Skip in the hole, and then as you closed it, she'd get down on her knees, and she would just kind of close her eyes and meditate a bit on Skip's soul and on the soul of Dog Zero, wherever they may be. And she'll clasp her hands and cast Shape Water as a cantrip, and take the dripping water from the stalactites and just kind of form them into a little ball that goes on and kind of muddies the top a bit, just so it becomes a bit clay-like, and then will harden stronger.
After you do that, Arthur's still be on his knees in front of where it is. And it seems as though he's talking to Skip. I'm sorry. If I could control myself, I wouldn't have gotten you. You'd be alive in the store with someone better. If I can control myself, you wouldn't be dead. And then he'll pause for about a minute. And his demeanor shifts a little bit. Where his like shoulders go back a little bit. And I'll say, "You're such an idiot. You didn't have to do that. You shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have pushed you out of the car, idiot."
We're on set. We're on set. Come on. Tell the dog to shut up.
Shh. I did. Wait, come get the dog. Thank you. He's got to pee. We'll pause. We'll pause for a second. Both sat down and stared at me.
No, he pulled a wish list right when he's about to leave, and he sat back down and claimed
Are you
it.
serious?
Yeah. That was tough what he just did, by the way.
All right. Did you hear?
Yeah.
So,
You can continue.
yeah, he said, if only I could control myself. And then he got angry. Said you shouldn't have done that. And then he said, I shouldn't have pushed you out of the car. I killed you. And then he'll just lower his head to touch the ground where Skip is buried. Just sit there.
Fauna will have her eyes closed and her hands clasped as long as Arthur's there.
He'd probably just be there quietly, with his head on the grave. He's very remorseful, but he's not crying. And then after a couple of minutes, he'll say, "Thank you, Fauna."
Are you still kneeling down, or did you get up?
He would lift his head and then he would say, "Thank you, Fauna," and then he would start to stand up.
I know that it's hard. It wasn't. If you think it's your fault, I want you to know that we're all having the same thoughts as you. It wasn't just you that pushed Zero out, and then he went to fight the dragon. There was Dalen struggling with it too. I think we all could have done more. But I think we all made our decisions. There's no reason to regret what you did. We'll just keep living on, and we'll do more good in the future. Okay? You'll do good in the future.
I don't know.
You don't have to know.
Taiga. As you say, you are waiting by the door. Time goes by before you see the small red grung figure come back through the gate. You see that the red, even in dark, the red glow of himself. You notice now he gives like a very tiny, like a very faint red glow around his pouch as the red shines on the white snow. You see him coming back. Head just sort of tilted down a little bit. She's sort of looking left to right. She comes back through. Oh, hey Fauna. I checked the perimeter. Everything seems good, sir. Says towards you, Taiga.
We should already tell them our real names.
Starts walking forward, back towards the bubble.
Taiga, after that, he kind of just he's sitting down, and just kind of thinking, obviously what happened. Then he goes back. He remembers, arriving in Lysac, going to this bar and seeing Zero and Kavith, and just remembering just fond times. Like he doesn't think of bad moments. He doesn't think of bad moments right now. He's thinking that one time where he rescued Zero, actually, I think when Gwazi shot him, mind-controlled Gwazi. And thinking that Zero never complimented him until that point when he saved him. He was thinking of that time where Zero went crazy, super electric, ballistic on Charlemagne when he was in the, watching from the prison cell, just in awe. And just some smaller things, just him talking to him, all the Zeros. And then just back to like sad Taiga just sitting down. And he's like, he goes and kind of punches the snow or dirt or wherever he's at. And he's, you idiots. Yeah.
Red sort of stops as he's walking away, and he just kind of says, kind of wait for everyone. Everyone's kind of near the bubble itself, but so he's like nearest to you, and he says, "Look, I'm sorry, okay? You know,
It wasn't to you. It wasn't to you. I'm sorry.
no, it should have been.
What do you mean?
I am supposed to be the one that keeps everybody safe. I'm supposed to be the one that leads you guys through this north, and the first day I fail. I should have just, I don't know, I should have just been stronger and held him down longer. I should have ran,
When you were talking.
I should have just ran out after him, and I should have just, I don't know, we should have just gone around. Should have just, I don't know, I'm angry, and I should have done more.
Taiga starts to put his shoulder on him until he stops talking.
I should have just gone after him. I should have just done something else. There's nothing I can do to change what's happened. There's nothing I can do to reverse it. So I'm just gonna have to live with it. I don't know if what I did was right. Was it the right? Everyone else is alive, but is there a world where everyone could have gotten away? I don't know, Fauna. I don't know. I
totally forgot about the name. Sorry. I just broke character. Go ahead.
I failed. I'm gonna have to live with that forever. I look around and I can't look at everybody's faces because I know that everyone's face I'm responsible for that. I should be the one who I don't know. I don't know.
I do appreciate you just talking about this just now. I'm gonna be honest. My first impression of you, not so nice. But listen, before you get going crazy, I saw what you did after all this. You were basically a leader, guiding us to find shelter. I didn't know you felt this way until just now. You did a good job of just focusing on the goal. And look, you're not weak. You're not a failure. In my opinion, there's nothing stronger than a broken person who has rebuilt oneself. I think you're doing that now.
It's harder to really accept that. I'll say thank you, but I don't believe any of it. I'm just sorry. He sort of does his little waddle. He goes towards the bubble and he sort of stops and he maybe I wait by the entrance actually. Get some sleep. We got more travel in the morning.
All right. If it gets bad out there, you can always come inside.
Good night, Vada. And he exits.
Good night. Tiger walks inside the bubble.
And not the easiest sleep to get for some of you. Esker's not going to sleep.
I did want to do something as well before sleeping. So as everything's kind of like winding down, and we've been there for a minute, Dalen kind of in his bedroll, he kind of sits up, and he pulls out something, thinking on Fauna talking about sending messages. Pulls out the sending stone to Kaku.
Okay.
Just kind of holds it there for a second, thinking about what to say. Finally, Dalen of Discordia for Kaku. Zero is gone. Kufeith is gone. One new member. Proceeding according to plans otherwise. Please report your status. End report.
And that was 25. That was 25.
That's why I got counted 24.
I got it wrote down, don't worry, that's 25.
Yeah, you wrote it down, not bad. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Dang, I thought it was on top of the head, bro. I was on the top of the head. Okay. You hear. Back to you. Back to you. Oh, hey, Dalen. Yeah, good to. What happened to Zero? I hope everything's well wherever you are. I have Tail on Esmeralda. I haven't actually approached. I haven't engaged. Everything seems alright over here for now. But I hope going forward everything's fine over there as well.
I do not have the sending spell, so.
Alright.
That's all I'm getting.
Alright.
Well, if Kaku just casted the sending spell as well, so he could say infinite amount of words. Does that mean that you get a response back, or is that not?
He didn't know. He responded to Dalen's sentence. So
Oh, okay.
a response is just sort of like a message that it cuts off. Oh, but it's a sending stone. If it's back, then just put that into 25 words. Hey, Aelin. Haven't found Esmeralda yet. Blah, 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 blah.
Taco here.
Taco here.
I think the message can be as long as you want.
That's why I think the response.
I think so.
Just in case. Matches 25 words. I'm sure my fact checkers will get fact checking on that.
I've actually got the sending spells pulled up right here. Yeah. Pretty much.
So as sleep comes to some of you at different, sporadically, as I'm sure for some it's harder to get to sleep. Arthur and Eskra are awake through the night, and you ready?
Long rest.
Picks up at the front of the door. As the sun goes by, yes, you may get your long rest.
Let's go.
As the morning, so you guys went to bed at like 11, I want to say. So we'll say 12 hours is, or it's 8 hours, right? So at like
I'm up.
yeah. At like 9, right? That works. I think. That's 7. Yeah, at like 9. Red says, for those who aren't awake. So I guess if who needs 8 hours of sleep? Is it just Fauna and Taiga? Okay. So, as the three
We're the normies, huh?
as
You're outnumbered now.
Dalen, Askra, and Arthur are already awake. Red comes to Taiga and Fauna. You two wake up. We're getting on the road. Get your stuff. Let's go.
Oh, it's time.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can drop the bubble, Dalen. We're passing through.
They almost step outside the bubble.
You.
Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be. We'll get to Vilburn around sunset tonight. So, let's get a move on. It's gonna be about a couple hours to travel through the mountain itself, or through the cavern itself. Let's go. You got about 5-10 minutes to get your stuff together.
Does everybody want a good berry before we start our travel?
I would like some. Fauna.
Broom. Just gives one to everyone.
Yeah.
That's one spell slot down.
All right. Everyone good? Let's move. He begins walking through. Some spots might get more slippery than others. Just be careful. Not really a roll for in here. So it takes about 3 hours of the day. You see, you guys wake up at like 9. So around 12 at noon, you pass through. The cave itself is very empty as far as like living creatures. Every now and then you'll see another moth or bug of sort along the wall. Other than that, nothing really big, especially when you get to like the center of it. The entire thing kind of looks the same as just a winding path.
How dark is it for like fauna?
It's actually especially once the day comes, because there's a lot of ice and things. Once the sun kind of comes up and shines through the front, it kind of bounces off and illuminates through the whole cave itself. So it's probably it's not like bright, but it's easy to navigate through. Red says, what does Red say? Red says,
Hello.
Not that you're isolated.
That's a twist. You know why they call me Red?
From all the betraying and blood.
Yeah. Have you heard of the Clippers? I found you. No.
he says, this cavern's been around for about 480 years. It was made by one of the older kings up here in the north, Sir. Make track my notes.
Pulls out his notebook.
That's not how you spell that. There it is. Sir Lawrence. Shoot, sorry. Sir Lawrence Oris Redlander. He was one of the people helping out Rehoboam Reed in his war up here in the north. And he used this to, I believe they say, to train his men. It was to help them learn to use their brain and avoid getting lost out here in the tundra. But I think he died shortly after the war. So we have this to remember. I guess him or whatever. I don't know. Just, a little tidbit from Red. Let's keep moving.
You know your history, Red. I thought you weren't from here.
I'm not, but when you've been around here for 3 years, you just kind of things I hear I repeat, and you have to learn, especially these sort of things you have to traverse. It's nice to learn the history of them, I guess. I don't know. Makes you feel like it's everything has its intricacies, I guess. All right, let's move.
Do you have you heard any stories about the kingdom of Gaspard?
Yeah. I heard of they were a strong people. They were, pardon me. They were their warriors were intelligent, fierce. They knew how to navigate. They used the north to their as their ally. And the King Reed was one of the best leaders, they say. His people would follow him no matter what. Unfortunately, it fell after its war with I think it was with the half gods of Ursil, I believe. That their war lasted a while, but in the end they just weren't able to take some of the militia that they had at their side.
So did this this Gaspard kingdom controlled all of the north?
No.
In the tales?
They controlled the western half of the north. There's Thrall and then there's Kandar. Kandar's the right side, Thrall's the left side. Thrall was ruled by King Rehoboam Reed and the Reeds, and was capitaled at Gaspard, and then Kandar the capital was Hrist. And then most of the militia of Gaspard came from Sir Lawrence, who was he was the king of the notes here. Notes here, notes here. King of who's the actual doc? Why don't I? Look. No. There it is. He was the king of Castle Kentigorn. He was the Baron of the Silver Snow, and he was more of a sort of a knight king. He didn't believe in staying within his castle, so he turned his castle into a some like barracks for his men. And legend says that he actually lived in a little hut somewhere in the mountains. And the legend is that he hid all his wealth and things. He didn't want it to be used or to the public, so he hid it in some secret thing nearby or something. That's why a lot of people come towards the north to see if that's real, and that's where all the riches and things are. Especially if you're in the right side. I think Vorsh has been sending men out to look for that magical treasure or whatever for a while. But a lot of the Eluskan people who live or came from Faerun to here years ago and developed into the orcs and things that people here look out and search out for the treasure, and they've been raiding Fort or Castle Kentigern for a while. Yeah, that's sort of the military might of the North in comparison to the others.
Wow. Well, do you like history? You like the subject?
It's more of a just a natural recollection in this head of mine that more than I like it. I didn't think I would, but all this stuff I don't really study it, but everything I hear from people I just sort of remember.
We might be heading near some of those things. So maybe if we ever learn anything, maybe next time we go see Matza, we can relay that to you.
Yeah. I guess I really let Monster down here today, huh? Or yesterday. I didn't think about that. But, yeah, I'd like that. Thanks. We're almost at the edge of the cave. Let's, keep going. Keep moving forward. Until you see the sun sort of pierce through brighter and brighter as you see the outer edge of the cavern on the opposite side of the Sky Spike Mountain. Soul Spide Mountain.
Soul Spidey.
Soul Spide Mountain. Alright. We've got about another... Oh, goodness, feet. We've got another 7 hours until we approach Velborn. So just be wary, keep alert. I'll make sure nothing happens. Don't worry. Alright. Who wants to roll for the next leg? Galen?
D12?
Yes.
Oh, right. 6. Discern my D12. All right. The blessed D12.
That's a D12.
12.
Okay.
Don't smile like that.
So you're traveling for about 3 hours. It is, I would say in general, it is rough. The wind has picked up and it's sort of beating. It's heading in your direction, so it's kind of beating on your backs. Pause. But it is still it's rough. Your feet. There's times where your feet you hit apart and your foot sinks. You have to keep pulling your feet out to move forward. It's Vaughn, do you stay on foot or do you shift or?
We're gonna be going for a while, so I'd say after we get out of the cavern, first 3 hours, I'll be a horse.
Okay.
Fauna can, so Tiger, so Fauna can hop up.
Right.
Every time you're a horse, Tiger's on there.
Yeah.
It's
Tiger always be riding fauna.
as you as you are moving through the first 3 hours, horse, Dalen, make a perception check. I think. What's your perception?
Passive 12.
Who's higher than 12, other than Fauna?
Ah, frick, bro. I'm horse.
Anybody.
God damn.
Anybody higher than 12 passive, please.
All right. Oh.
It makes sense because we also have the highest.
Wait, can you say that again? Sorry.
Passive perception. What's yours?
14.
Okay, there you go.
So Taiga, go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception check.
I killed one of you. I'm back from the war.
Yeah.
16. Very good.
Yeah.
So
That ain't bad.
as Red is sort of trotting forward, you guys both look up, and at the same time you kind of notice something kind of on the horizon, not too far away, maybe like 100-ish feet away. You see what looks like the tail end of like a ship that is sort of vertical into the actual snow. It's sort of the parts of the wood you can see are, if not rotted to a sort of a brownish or blackish green. It's like a very light sort of birch colored wood. You kind of see it piecemeal together because you're not walking like a straight path. The snow itself is just sort of, it's up and down and all over. You can sort of see on the horizon, and Red sort of points it out at the same time you do. Red says, we're coming up on something up ahead. It's not dangerous, but something. Just be alert, always. Yes.
Daniel, I guess, kind of like pull up next to him, walking with the staff. Just nod at him, keep moving.
Any of you?
I would like to retcon in that the entire time I've been walking, I've been using my glaive as a little staff, or my scythe as a little staff.
Okay, yeah. That helps you out with walking, especially testing what's in front of you. Says, so I know I talked you guys' ears off a couple hours ago, but anybody here interested in looking at history stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think you guys will be pretty interested in what you see coming up. You guys walk for about 100 more feet, or I won't even say that, maybe like 50 feet before you see what is, it looks to be a ship, large ship, that is sort of like this, like the front half's been cut off, like it's implanted into the ground, and pieces of it are splintered out. You see like bits of wood still. It is like coated in snow, and like some frost on it, so you predict it's been here for a while. And the sides of the ship, at least one side, the side you're walking up towards, has what looks to be like a pole coming out of the side, and then like a somewhat ripped but flap of like cloth that comes out to the side, almost like a wing of sorts. And then there are the heavy sails that come from the top. Some of bits of the sail is like on the ground, or like it's like the bottom part of the post is still up, but the top half is snapped off and it's just hanging on the side. This, let's say, Eskra, Dalen, probably still a horse. So let's say Eskra and Dalen make history checks for me.
We're gonna need big ones.
Ugh. 7 plus 7, so 14.
14.
19.
19. That's like good for both of you. So, this is or was a skyship, as that has somehow since hit the ground. This red says, "Anybody know what this is?"
Just looks like a sky ship.
Yeah, it was. It probably testing from signs of the wood and how long the levels of snow on it. Probably was around from the war time and probably got taken out of the sky.
You mean this ship is hundreds of years old?
Seems that way.
Huh.
Yeah.
To be able to, would have been cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they still fly today, so maybe if you guys play your cards right, you'll get to ride one. Hopefully, it won't end up like this.
Yeah.
I think I'll stick to ships on the ocean.
You're a sailor?
Used to be.
Well, if you ever go back that way, you should. You should.
Do you mean the way of the ocean?
I was one with the sea.
Say hi to Calypso for me.
You should stop by Namu. Say hi. That's the Grung Island. Say hi to some of the people there for me.
Where is that?
It's off the coast of Navastoya. It's in the Ashari archipelago. Beautiful. The ocean. It's the second most beautiful ocean in the world.
What's the first?
These well, I say ocean. The cerulean ocean. Is it the sea? Is it the sea or is it the ocean? Is it the sea or is it the ocean? It's the.
I think it's Cerulean Sea.
That sounds like it rolls off the tongue. That sounds like something that we do. The cerulean ocean. It's and Esker, actually, you'd be very familiar with this. It's the ocean that stretches from Bajith to Tyria. It's known for its bright, beautiful blue, baby blue coloration. It's beautiful. I've never seen it.
Very beautiful. It is very beautiful.
When I plan to go back to Namu one day and maybe get my sailing license and checking it out. Sometimes the
Sailing license?
Yeah. What?
Be licensed to sail?
Legally.
Who?
Legally.
What kingdom provides that?
It's a coalition of port kingdoms.
Huh.
I think it's Navastoya. It's my notes are going crazy today. Give me a moment.
I don't remember exactly, but
Let me take a look at my
valid
journal.
answer. Bro is a living encyclopedia. I just remember this crap. It's like I wrote it down in my head or something.
Awesome. All right. Sorry. It goes around the because the four continents, or at least in this hemisphere of the world, make sort of a perimeter of ocean. So when you're traveling through that ocean, the four, Baldur's Gate, Novastoya, Laran, down in Bajith, and then Sling Girano over in Teria form four sort of ports. The some of them are a lot more lenient than the others, depending on where you're docking. I'm sure it's like I don't know too crazy much about it, but being around Novastoya, I hear a lot about the Salt Coalition.
Interesting.
But yeah, if that's if you are like if you're doing a sailing business, you have to have a license to register to give and take, because there's been a lot of obviously there are some areas of everywhere that don't really care for it, but to be recognized, you need to be within the books scribed.
Personally, I'm of the opinion that they should have people get licenses to drive carriages. I've seen some people drive like crazy out there.
A lot of people don't obey the laws of the open road.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I was in a cage while I was moving up and down the continent when I was with the my traveling carnival.
You're in a cage?
Yeah, well, it's like a room.
Huh.
You always leave in free will?
Yeah, whenever we stopped and we set up for the carnival and it was my time to go out, they'd let me out, or I'd ask to be let out. And then when it was after that, I'd be super tired, so they'd put me in my cage or my home to rest until the next one, whether that was days away or so.
Weeks.
Oh.
Okay. Sounds fun.
Well, it was fun. You get to hear everybody on the opposite side of you, because obviously I was in the back of the. There was a carriage connected to like a traveling cart, and I was sort of in the back of the cart. You can hear everyone in the front like having fun and stuff. It's a good time. You get to hear you get to hear everything.
Oh.
Should we move on then?
Yeah. Sure. Let's keep moving.
Cool
We're
boat.
about 3 hours out from. We should reach around 7.
3 hours? What does that mean? How long have we been traveling?
3 hours.
Okay.
Tiger, watch out!
Let's move. Let's continue.
Tiger, I think we should just have Garnet carry us the rest of the way.
Yeah, covered with snow. Maybe next time too, just let me know when you transfer.
Garnet doesn't
Yeah, what happened to
really
Garnet?
get the snow, so Garnet kind of just works like a snowplow and kind of just moves forward, and the snow just
There's
pushes
just this
him.
giant trail behind him.
Yes, he kind of just moves through the snow and just pushes.
Can Fauna tell Garnet to not do that?
Oh, his legs aren't high enough to move out of. So he can
I
only move
don't
forward.
think he has a knees.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
no
doesn't
one's
have-
following us.
This guy's just moving the
They don't have to
snow,
follow
that's-
footprints. They can follow the straight line. It's 3 feet deep following us.
Oh, Garnet's carrying us now.
Sweet.
Like pizzas.
Wait.
I mean, I say Tiger will just climb up on top of the head. You got a better view.
Okay.
You can stay on the head.
Yeah.
Have fun
I'll be
in
on
shot
his-
put style.
Mhm.
So
I'll,
3.
no, I'll be on his bicep, so I can hang off my feet.
So he's doing like this, basically.
Yeah.
3 hours pass, 3 hours more on that travel. Anyone say anything that they'd like to do, like to say, or you move for 3 hours? All right. So, as you guys move around 2.5 hours, the snow begins to really start to pick up. The wind itself, I should say, is really starting to really blow by, to a point where people like Fauna, Dalen, I think those are the people with the so your wings, your ears, Fauna, are really starting to. You have to really hold on to your hat, Dalen.
Yeah. The hood over.
As the wind and the snow are really starting to push through, and they push by sort of like levels. Like it'll come by with a big gust, and they'll to a point where it's hard to predict. And Red just has to say, "Just keep pushing forward. Just keep pushing forward." If you're not shouting, you cannot be heard at this point. Your periphery is white, as the storm is really starting to build up. Especially because right now you're hidden, like you're really north, as far as the wasteland goes. Until you come across, or you see, as you're walking, this heavy fencing that looks like tree trunks that are about 10 or so, probably like 13 or so feet high, and the tops are sort of shaved down to be like a spike, and they're all tied together. Looks like heavy woven rope. Let me go ahead and get this going. Okay. So yes, the first thing you spot is the rising billow of smoke coming from within a pretty heavily fenced area. As I said, these fences, like large tree trunks about 13 feet high, shaved at the top to be like a spike, tied together by rather strong woven rope. There's an area that you figure to be a gate of sorts, where it can be open, and on both the left and the right of it, you see these two square-like towers, roofed, but there's an open area where you see two heavily clothed figures in gray fur, their face covered in some more fur, so you can only see their eyes peering through as you get closer. Red, before you guys approach too far closer, says, "All right, please, I'm in charge. Just don't do anything that'll get us in trouble. Just, I trust that the issues have been rectified for the most part so far. Just let's move, okay? We're here to get transportation. All right. Or we're here to get transportation. All right, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, right before we hit the town, do you mind if we take our break for like 10 minutes?
Sure. We'll take a break as you approach the village.
Perfect. All right. I'm gonna go put on food that we need.
Brandon, you stopped recording?
No. We're back from break where we last left off. You guys approached Velborn, a village. Actually, Brando, you're actually really dumb. I should have put some pictures in the chat before I came back, but I will do that now. Let's not take that one yet. All right, we'll wait. You approach Velborn, the outer ring, the outer circle. I can do this though.
Music.
epic music, give us the boss battle music, please. Jordan the Bloodborne music.
Showing the Bloodborne music. It's sort of like the walls at the very least. They're higher than this, but this is their style. This, right.
Okay.
Heavy snow. As the snow, the storm beats through. These the two heavily cloaked figures look at you, and they immediately ready their bows towards you. As the one on the left side releases an arrow, and it into the snow in front of you. They then bring the covering down from their mouth, and they say, "Don't take another step! What do you want? Who are you?" They, everyone just be calm. Calm. Is this Velborn? What? Velborn! Is this Velborn? Yeah, what of it? Who are you? Where are you not coming from? We're Summerhelm. Yeah. And what do you want with Velborn? And you! And he points towards you, Arthur. Take your helmet off. I see your faces. Go on.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't? Why not?
The armor's all one piece. It doesn't come off.
Make a deception check.
Okay.
Unless you want me to strip naked.
That's not bad. 12 plus 3 is
15?
15.
You alright? What do you want with Velborn? We got, raided. We lost our carriage. We lost our carriage, sorry. Swapped. We lost our carriage. And our horses. We just need transportation. The other one on the other side. Yeah, to where? Solheim.
If Grung needs persuasion, I'll give him the help back.
Yeah. He could use that.
I'll say, we were attacked.
The helpless maiden.
I don't know. We're trying to kill the 1 and a 5.
Run!
Can I use Firebolt?
Oh!
That's on time.
Spit my drink.
Zero activities.
So
Cam said that's what I'm talking about.
I don't know if you could be raiders. How do we know you're not raiders?
I'm gonna step forward next to Grung. Just like a step forward. I've got my hand up already as well, and then the other hand is kind of like holding onto the staff and my hat. I
Okay.
say, "I'm a traitor. I was driving the caravan that was destroyed.
You're a traitor.
We're simply seeking something for transport, so we don't freeze to death out here."
Yeah, let's see your goods then.
I'm going to reach for it now.
I'm going to reach
Yeah,
into my
yeah,
bag.
I pull
Yeah,
it
right.
out.
Don't do anything tricky.
Just hold up the furs, some of them.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
All right.
He's so strung up.
Guidance. I don't know. Is that guidance for that?
Put your hand down.
You're also have to step forward and touch me. Guidance.
I'm so cold. Touch it.
15.
15. You're alright then. Give us a moment. Okay, go back. Okay. Pretty good. Come back a moment later. Alright. We'll open the gate. Come on in slowly. We'll get you in touch with boss. Yeah. Goes down, and after a moment, you're. As the gate is open about this much for you guys to walk through. Come on.
Start walking.
Yeah. All right.
And turn to the side to try to fit through.
Can Garnet fit through?
They're gonna go.
Are they spooked? by
What the hell is that thing?
This is my mount. Tiger's sitting on it.
You can't ride that thing to Solheim.
At least for me.
Yeah, right
You
then.
would drown in the snow without it.
Poor little bugger. Pause it a little bit. Bring it through.
The bush he's riding on continues to move forward.
As you guys come in, you see in front there is a woman who's sort of standing there in front of the gate with her arms crossed. She's got short, sort of grayish black hair. She seems maybe in her late 20s, early 30s by the face. Eye patch over the right eye. She's wearing greenish clothing with heavy furs draped along the body. High brown boots that tuck into black pants, strung together by some more rope. Over the shoulder, one shoulder is another bow and a quiver of arrows draped around across the other shoulder. She says, "You're right. So you going to Solheim, is it?"
Yes.
And okay. You so looks at Arthur a little bit. And you guys traders?
I'm a trader. Some of these serve as my bodyguards. It's dangerous up here.
Huh. Alright.
And that's not a lie.
And you need you got raided, you said? Yeah, by a we narrowly avoided a dragon. Alright. Well, I'll take you to Gorin. You can put your hands down now. I'll take you to Gorin. Maybe he can have something set for you. They fall after me. And your names? Jumping Red. Can call me
Dalen.
Red. Alright, Dalen. Come on.
I'm Escra.
Fauna.
Mm.
Fauna.
Mm.
Your hands back up.
Arthur.
Right, well, it's a pretty heavy storm out. Let's get you inside somewhere safe, quick. Don't want your toes falling off. You seem pretty well dressed, if a little ostentatious, but come on. And as you enter inside the village, it's pretty tightly knit. The people, off at a glance, are very grizzled, rocking very heavy pelts, and having at least some form of weapon visible at their hip or over the shoulder or something at all times. The snow itself covers the ground, as on the left and right, the path itself, or the village itself, is sort of it's small. It holds about maybe 30 people. There are a few houses. It's pretty much one straight line with houses on the left and right until there's a large building at the very far end. This time it's pushing 7. The sun is slowly setting, and you can see that as you're walking by, there are some people who are now turning on lanterns that hang in front of these very nice, like cottage sort of wooden like houses. The village, the road, the vertical road is pretty decently wide. Straight in the center, buildings on left and right. You hear, along with just the chatter of people and the sound of people like lighting fires and things. You hear the sound of buying sheep. As you kind of look to the side, and you see there's this heavily wool ridden shepherd who's leading about a herd of maybe about 8 to 9 sheep, and there's this rather large black dog behind the herd that are kind of just moving behind them. Yeah, this is Velborn. I will put a little bit. Oh, that's location, but whatever. I'll put some pictures in, some concepts, sort of. As I guess I can also do this now.
A couple of these pictures from, or one of them seems like it's from Red Dead or something.
2 of them are from Last of Us. Oh, I see you, Logan. Not bad. Okay, I like how you. Okay. Yes. Kind of walks through. She's a dragon, huh? Must have been quite the run. Some of you guys gonna be dumb enough to fight a dragon.
Well, one of us.
Oh, you lost
Most
one?
of us.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, sorry about your loss, but the North always takes something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get you some. We can try and get you something. I'm gonna be a little nicer than Goran. I'm just gonna warn you in advance. He's not the smiliest guy in the north.
Who are you?
My name's Corin. I'm one of the 2 people who helps out Gowron, but the other 2 aren't the nicest at all. But what are you gonna do?
Well then, I guess some luck has come from today.
Huh. Yeah, you're damn right. As you travel down, there's this large sort of town hall-like building with these saloon-like doors that actually no, they're normal. They're double doors, but they're normal open and closed doors. There's like 2 steps that lead up to this sort of front patio-like area with a little rocking chair. See, there's one guy who's sort of rocking on the outside. The figure you see, he seems to be gray-skinned, sort of short, white hair that kind of comes over to one side, scars across the face, blind in one eye, and wearing some heavily gray and black clothes over. Says, as he's rocking in corn, and you guys come forward, he says, "Corin, what's this? Who are these people?" She says, "Rikas. They got attacked by a dragon, and they seem like they need some transportation." "Oh, is that so?" Gets up from the rocking chair. Comes close to you, hands behind his back as he comes in and scopes you out. "You guys wouldn't happen to have any sort of ill intent here, do you? You wouldn't be looking to try and take anything from us, because I'll let you know that we have not an ounce of gold around here."
No ill intent, just seeking any form of hospitality. I'm thankful that you even let us in.
"Yeah, damn straight. I wouldn't be the one to do this. You're lucky you got corn instead. So what, you want to take him to Gorin? That is the plan, Rikas. You guys fighters?
Just a little bit.
Some
Of us.
Kind of, not here, but kind of glances up towards Arthur. Yeah. I think I'll, let's be a little wary. But, whatever. You let him in, it's your problem. Go on, Gwen. Just, alright. Come on. And, opens up. The door kind of hold it back as the storm is still kind of not as kind of has changed, to be honest, but it's still whoosh. Go on in, go on.
Garnet will just wait outside.
Once again, I feel like actually Rikas won't. Rikas doesn't like have a verbal reaction to Garnet, but he sort of has an open eye on this hulking, moving figure.
And Garnet will go like next to the rocking chair and sit down.
Okay.
And just look at
I got my eye on you. You hear as you walk inside, the door closes behind you as Corn comes in. And inside is a little more lively. It's not like a it's a bar, a tavern like look, but it looks more like a cafeteria of sorts. No food out, but just more of like a food station. Where there are about 7 or so tables within. Let's see here. Where is this one? No, it's that one. No. As you walk inside, wooden, everything pretty much. There's a bull head that is hung upon the wall. Other than that, so the 3 people, you walk inside and there's a table of 3 people and they all just sort of look towards you. Some of the others sort of making glances. And at a singular table, you see, oh, I know where it is. There's this, man. Heavy graying, beard. Long, sort of knotted and entangled, almost shredded in bits, gray hair, braided down one side. The eyebrows, heavy and furred, heavy scars on the face. He's also rocking this heavy sort of fur, brown fur, on the shoulders. He's sitting at a table. He's got a large mug of something. He's sitting by himself in the back left corner. And the Corn says, "You see him over there?" Points towards him. "Go plead your case with him. Let's Gowron. Tell him Corn let you in."
Thank you, Corin.
Thank you.
And you walk over, and as you approach, the eye that sort of is glancing off shoots towards you. He sort of sits staring at you, doesn't say anything.
Red saying anything? Is Red just kind of like,
Red's just sort of, sir? What do you want, Pipsqueak? We are here to request, we were travelers from Summerhelm. We wanted to get to Solheim, but our carriage got destroyed by, dragon. It was, wondering if as the closest village to where we were, if we could have some sort of transportation. Says, "Well, you want me to send you something out to you? Because You lot got yourself into some trouble.
Dylan kind of like, no, we're not asking for a handout. I'm sorry if it seems that. We can pay for transport.
Pay? You think we look like the type of place that works with pay? We don't.
Well, it may not be gold, but some goods work anywhere.
Look, around here, we don't pay with money or if you want food. We. You guys really need some transport? We can. The best transport we have, or the transport that we do have, is pretty top notch. But I had him off some work.
What kind of transportation is it?
Leans real close to you. You are quite a particular innocent thing to be walking around the north. You lot let around here?
I'll step up next to her.
Or are you the protection?
Looks like it.
Alright. Like I said, you said what type of transport? Little miss. We've got the finest. You ever heard of a Throlian ram? Or Throlian ericta? The gnomes call them lampas or yokis.
Have I ever heard of a Throlian ram?
Isn't that what
here,
we were
mister.
told about?
You were
That's what it said.
you recall the name was mentioned by I think it was Matthias
Matthias.
in
Matthias,
Summerhelm.
It was like right before we left.
I think there was they're kind of a large, or actually, well, he just kind of mentioned them, but you've heard them because of him. Richters you heard once before from the Queen. When she mentioned bird-like creatures, sort of ostrich-like creatures.
I wasn't there. Neither was Arthur.
Okay. Oh yes, at that point. Yeah. So
Yeah.
those of you.
That's where we were.
Yeah. Up here. You've heard of them before.
Rings a bell, the name.
I know rams. Yeah. Up here the gnomes call them lampas. Well, no. Up here the gnomes call the rams yorkies. The Richters we call lampas. They're large, heavy-thighed creatures known to travel for hours on hours on end of running before they walk, and then they take their rest for about 3 hours. But not the one you can look for if you're trying to carry cargo. Well, cargo you want the yokis.
Well,
We can give you what? There's about 7 of you, 6 of you. We can give you 4 if you do a little work for us.
what kind of work?
Well, about 2 days ago, we had about 3 people go up northward. We needed to collect some more goods to the hunting mission, get some more food. You see, the 27 of us aren't necessarily the most light eaters. We need to get some food. We sent them off. That was 2 days ago. We haven't seen them since. They could be dead. They could be alive. But we sent them up north, and we haven't seen them since. Go get their bodies, or go get them. Bring them on back. We can talk it out. If not, then piss off. Can we have a group meeting? Remind me.
Kind of step away, I guess, then. With everyone and kind
By
of,
one of the tables.
yeah. So just kind of turn to everybody and say, I don't really think we have a choice here. It's either that or walk.
I do do think it's gonna waste a lot of time, but this is the only way for transportation.
I mean, there might be another option. It's not a good option.
What would that be?
Well, he said there's only 27 of them there. But
Oscar, are you suggesting?
I'm putting out ideas, not suggesting any.
Okay.
No bad ideas in a brainstorm, right?
Fauna notes that and steps away from Escra.
Fauna will remember that.
Anyone else got ideas?
Are these Yokis? We're not going to be using them when we go back down from the north, right? This is just solely for northern travel.
Probably going to be using them the whole time. Otherwise, we're walking, and that will take a lot longer.
I think, depending on how long it takes for us to find these people, it might set us back, but in the grand scheme of things, it might just be better overall.
I mean, the only way it could set us back is at this point if it took more than a week.
Well,
Do we do this mission then?
Sounds
Whatever
like
this
it.
guy needs us to do.
we'll help them out, and they'll help us out. I'd say it's a fair trade.
And it could be as simple as going and finding some people who, I don't know, got lost, got hurt.
And you guys both know the North. I'm sure we're more than capable of doing a little mission.
Look at Arthur.
If there's nothing in our way, or if something didn't kill those men that we then have to kill,
We're in
we
agreement then?
we don't have an option.
I think so.
We'll make
Alright.
it quick.
And now kind of like turn around and step up to the leader, and we'll go find your people.
Perfect. I hope you don't take it too, too opposed to the work. We don't do gold or anything like that. We work off of Vorsh's coin. Well, I say work off of, but more of a slave working colony, yeah. So we appreciate the work.
Dirty commie. Alright.
I've got no say in the matter.
Yeah.
Got taken over years ago. So, I've got it's the sun's going down now. I advise the morning. We can give you a nice little stable to stay in. We don't really have much other housing units.
That would be great, thank you.
Hopefully, once the bastard gets a heart attack and dies, we can move a little more.
Who?
Vorsh. The Skull Keep.
Right.
You okay? Goran, take him to the stable. And your name's up so I didn't get you.
Dalen.
Well, I don't need individuals. I guess
We're
if you.
called Discordia.
All right.
as a
Well,
party.
Discordia. Off with you then. If I'm not here, I'm probably out in the village working.
Thank
Go.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Walked over to
Oh,
Cord.
and Grungs. Sorry, I know you're not a part of Discordia. That was...
Red?
I say to Grung.
Oh, it's Red, you mean? Your name's Red.
Red.
Calling him his
Look,
razor.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's all right,
That's right.
Arthur. Don't worry about it.
What about it, Bunny?
Um. All right. I guess let's try and get rest up there for a little bit.
He didn't think it was weird at all when we said our names to Corin. We all said different names.
Oh, that's a good
He's
point.
like, oh, maybe they're swapping names. Oh, very.
Yeah. You know what? That's totally what he went with. That's totally what he went with.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
totally what he went
It's
with.
like, they're being
Yeah,
covert.
so
Okay.
interesting. Okay. You go back to Quinn. Quinn says, "So, everything's good over here? Everything's good over here?
We're gonna be staying at the stable for the night.
All right. Well, that should be a decent enough sleeping arrangements for one night. All right. Come on. Open. Come on. Come on. And
Garnet
takes
gets up.
right. Oh. Yeah, get out of here. Go on, get you. And you move over towards the stable. You head down the path, and about around where you saw the sheep moving towards, a couple feet from that exact area, there's this little wooden stable. It's not like an inside thing. It's more outside. There currently are no horses or any animals inside the stable, but attached to it is a fence with the sheep next to it. I'm sorry if it's gonna be a little loud, but it's the best we can get for you. We can sure push together some hay and make a nice little bed for you.
Thank you again.
Yeah. No problem. Just rest up. Do what you gotta do. I don't know what your deal is, how you're gonna do it, but good luck, I guess.
Thank you.
If anything, I'll be back where we were with Goran.
Is it Corin or Garin?
Two different people.
Okay.
Corin's the girl. Garin is the big
Gotcha.
guy that we just
Gotcha,
talked
gotcha.
to.
Little lost there. I'm not anymore.
And we're alone?
Yeah, she left.
Okay.
You just hear the.
Well,
We should probably get up early.
so sleep now.
I'll watch over you guys. You guys get much sleep as you need.
Yeah. I'll kind of, as always, I'll watch out to make sure everything's okay. You know, you can never trust. We just got here, and I can't really trust any of these people. So you guys sleep. I'll watch for a bit.
Red.
Mm.
Get the sleep you need. I'll watch.
Me too.
Red, they don't sleep as long as us. So
Fine.
We'll
Alright.
be okay.
All right. Thanks.
Of course.
Tiger's already comfortable, man. He found a spot.
Nice
He's
little
out.
spot right in there.
He's out.
Let me see. I mean, I'll look for.
Yeah, I'll just be sleeping on the floor
Okay.
next to Garnet.
This is pretty good here. How about this? That's a good little sort of representation of what you're working with here.
Now that we're doing another long rest, I'm gonna change some of my spells.
Okay. So, you guys nestle up the best you can. Red is up for a
Forgot about the
while.
multiple. I've been at 20 health for a while. I forgot about the multiple long rests we've had.
Well, yeah, there you go. Rest, your long rest now. Everyone who's asleep can sleep. Everyone's awake is awake. Rest comes to you. Dalen. As you rock off to sleep. You sit
Or is
there.
he trancing?
Dan sleeps
Is
4
it
hours.
sleep or is it trance?
Dan sleeps 4 hours.
But is it sleep or is it trance? Do
Sleep.
changelings trance? Oh, okay.
As you nod off to sleep, you try your best to relax yourself to get to that sleep, and you rest. You start to feel warmth. You start to hear the sound of a flickering fire. You open your eyes. You see a room. There it's like missing, almost kind of like missing a. Oh no, no. So it's sort of like a cave-like room. Chairs in sort of a half circle, and there's a fireplace. And you look around and you see you see 5 figures, 6 figures. You look, and to your immediate left, you see this yellow furred leonin, yellow whitish furred leonin that's familiar to you. And
Okay.
along the other perimeter, you see a few other figures, and all of them sort of have the same sort of appearance. There's the typical appearance of pale white skin and all black eyes. You see one that's sort of wearing all black, female-ish, sort of short, somewhat well kept. That's gotcha. Somewhat well kept white hair. This one. You see one that has long, very long, sort of matted white hair and sort of whitish robes next to her. You see next, younger looking one, shorter hair, wearing a white and black shirt with a vest over that. Next to them, you see one that's got this hair pushed into this black sort of veil-like hood and this veil-like dress. And then standing in front, sort of pacing back and forth, there's one that's sort of, that you have saw last time something similar to this happened. That's got markings on the face, sort of half hair draping over the left side of the face. Sort of just walking back and forth.
Can I, I'm gonna try and hold my hand in front of my face. Can I do that?
Sure. You hold your hand in front of your face, and it is childlike, and it is purple. Purplish gray.
Childlike?
It's childlike.
Like how childlike?
Like maybe human years, 8-ish, 9.
Super childlike. Okay.
Yes.
Are they just kind of standing around, no talking?
Right now, they're just sitting around. Here, let me see if I can get the picture of the scene for you.
Also, you're gonna need to tell me what you search for changeling pictures, because you just found like 10 times more than I've ever found. So.
Okay, the closest one is probably going to be. Yeah, the closest one is probably going to be this one. Something like that, but it's like there's no windows. It's inside. And they just pacing back and forth. One of them, specifically the one that has the sort of the hood, the female with the hood over her head, says, "Patience, Abbas. Patience." And the one walking back and forth says, "How should I have patience when he is on his way? He's right there. Let's keep it calm." And Haim sits there next to you, Dalen. He's just sort of tapping his right foot, sort of looking off as you hear these footsteps coming. And behind them, or I guess along with them, you hear and Abbas, the one that's walking back and forth, says, "Look alive, my family. Let it begin." And as the door opens, you see two figures come through. One figure is this tiefling. It looks like they have half of their head that has been shaved, but it's gnarled, so it's like scalped maybe at one point or another. And the other hair just kind of comes through and pierced through the two heavy horns that adorn the red skin, the bright yellow eyes, and this goatee that comes down the chin. The attire is a white buttoned-up shirt underneath a red vest, underneath a black coat that meets these dark crimson-like red pants and this black belt that goes across the waist, and a second one that drapes down the hip. He walks in, arms behind the back, as this other figure, the door, decently sized door, but looks small compared to the creature that comes through next. The next creature is something you've never seen before, Dalen. It is huge. Like, I'm talking maybe like a full-size orc, maybe around that size, maybe a little bigger. It is gray. The hands come down to these large paws that have these large nails that come off of 5 fingers. The arms themselves are have the gray scales on them, and the back is almost like a turtle shell molded to the body with large spikes that jettison from the back. And the head itself is skeleton, but the jaw is missing. Around it is this ring of bone with this heavy hanging pieces of flesh and skin. And the thing that is the most noticeable that I failed to tell to you, aside from its dragon slash turtle-like feet, is that its stomach is a huge gaping maw with these heavy teeth that sit in the resting position. The tiefling figure. "Well. Welcome. I believe it is you, the masked Concord." And they say, a boss. "Ah, Vorsh. It's a pleasure to meet you. In the flesh, Mr. Skullkeep." And the tiefling says, "And yours alike. Do you have the thing that I said I would need to see?" Says, "Deuce, do you?" And the first one I sent, the woman, short hair, says, "Of course." Reaches into the bag of holding, nope, that she has, opens it up, turns it over, and this human tied up, hits the ground in front. You are quickly blinded, Dalen, as a hand is pushed in front of your face. You can feel the fur placed over your eyes. You hear, wonderful. He walks over to the figure that is dead.
I'm gonna try peeking under.
You push because your head is so, your eyes are small. You push one of the fingers down so you can see through, and the tiefling walks up and picks up the figure by the head. Clearly, the figure is dead. Draws a scimitar from the hip. Wonderful. I'm glad that I can trust you guys to keep up on your word, and takes the head off by the hair, holding it, ties it to his belt, and then goes, "Hunger and agony. Have your feast." And the figure, the belly, the sound that comes from this sounds like the sound of a hungry human, just of a belly starving as it walks over to the creature as this long tongue comes out and wraps up the body, and within a moment wraps it back into the mouth as it is caught into the jaws, as you hear as the tongue helps to feed the rest of the headless human into the mouth as it Abbas looks on. Quite the spectacle that creature is. Interesting. Vorsh says, Yes, it is quite the spectacle. This beautiful, beautiful chosen of our Lord. Now, Master Concord, I believe you said you were looking for our battalion. You said you're heading towards Gaspard next. If this part of the mission was successful, then I assume that the rest will be successful as well. Oh, Lord Skullkeep, we are never the type to fail. Trust me of that. Well, wonderful. Then I suppose our meeting is adjourned. And, we can hold your end of the bargain. Vosh. Vosh looks back. But of course, I've never let myself, anyone who's done me right, I never do them wrong. I'm sure that's a promise. And he exits as the hunger and agony looks off. And leaves. Abbas looks on. Haim speaks up. He's never gonna do it, you know. You're never gonna get that way. Abbas looks at him. Oh, whatsoever do you mean? Haim responds. He's never gonna do that. He's never gonna let his Goliath do anything for you. Abbas walks up to him. Oh, Abbas. Haim. You wouldn't believe, but you can get some Goliath to do for a bag full of silver. You see, I have everything that I need already in motion. Everything is going according to my will. You know, Haim, you haven't, for an instance, since we've linked back up. Since I've discovered you, we got together. You've never dropped that form. You've never shown what your true beautiful self looks like. To your changeling family. You are no family to me. You say that, but I know beneath this lean exterior, we both have the same eyes and the same skin tone. We are family, yes?
Haim, you let me down, but in time you will come along. I'm sure you will. I will do no such thing to scum like you. Scum like me. How dare you? You're breaking my heart.
While you're looking through that real quick, can I just check my pockets?
Sure, you check your pockets, and they are completely empty.
Great.
They're completely empty. If anything, there's a bit of lint at the bottom.
Cool.
It should be empty.
This isn't wrong. This is our birthright. Don't you remember our discovery? What we found in that ancient text. We are her children.
Haim says,
Oh, you're listening to that voice in your head again. Yes. Yes, that voice. Oh, ever so subtle. Ever so distinct. It is her, Haim. Kinnear. She speaks to me. Ever since that faithful day I've heard her voice and she continues to speak to me. It is her. It is her. Ever since that day I was supposed to be hung at the gallows. She gave me life. This is true. She is speaking to me. You know, it is true. Us changeling. We are her children. We were crafted by her. All those years ago. When the races were being placed upon the Asha, we were put here. And for years, we have been deemed a curse. All of us have been pushed to the side, slaughtered, put our head upon pike and people celebrate. People are given mouth to speak. People are given a nose to breathe. Why not breathe? Why not speak? The changeling were put on the Asha for deceit. So why not use it? Why deem it a curse? It is ours to use. So, we've done a good bit of work here in Trist. We continue to push and push. A few more days worth, and then we push forward to Gaspard. We can go to our chronolith, and we can make what is right of our race. What is pure, what is holy, what Kinnear has put upon us. It is our birthright. We will use it. We will trick whoever we need. We will deceive. We will deceive whoever we need.
Haim says,
You are delusional. I am right! And you know it, and that's why you fear. Kinnear hasn't taught us wrong. We just have to use what is out there for us. We can use it for our adaptation, and we can use it properly. And then we go to Gaspard, then we go to the chronolith, then we free our kingdom. Who the hell cares whether Forge gives us his Goliaths? If we won't restore me, we take them ourselves. Put the bastard in the ground. First we take Gaspard, then Hrist. We'll move over to the left, take off the north, and we push down south. What are they gonna do? They will kneel, is what they will do. It is our kingdom. It is our Zelzibar. It's our Asha. Together. Me. You. 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 Han. Lone. Reen. Deuce. All of us together. The masked Concord will take over. And then and only then will the world bow to the image of a changeling. It is our destiny, it's our right. Haim, you will come around. We've got the family. We have the name. All that's left.
Sorry to interrupt. Did he point to me to say the name?
What
When he
name?
was saying the names, did he
No.
gesture? Okay.
No.
Making sure.
Then after he says the names, he walks up to you. He gets on his down, and looks at you in the eyes. And we have our key. Little girl. You know, you are so important to all of us. Miss Reed, you are our key. You are what we need. You are our dearly beloved. And Haim puts his hand in front of your chest. Get back now, Abbas. Don't test my patience. Oh, you still loathe us so. My heart breaks today, my changeling brother. It is our destiny. Do you want to save that boy you love? You want to save that family you love? There are many other changelings like them, like us. But we're gonna need to take care of Melania Reed. So let's go. Let's move. Let's change the world. Let's change the world and rewrite it in our image. Long live the Concord! Long live the maskless! Say the rest of them. We are masked for now, we are maskless for the future. We'll never need to disguise ourselves once more. Let's do it one last time, family. All of them shift to different forms. Human, dragonborn, elven.
I'd like to try and, as they are shifting, kind of like, as much as I can, ingrain what their faces look like.
Okay.
In this whatever form they're taking currently.
Okay, I'll send it to you tonight then.
Thank you.
But as they shift back, you hear in your head, time ticks. As the perimeter of your vision scopes down, Esgra, Arthur.
Oh.
As Dalen is asleep, you watch him.
Are you alright, Dalen?
Where am I?
You have a bad dream?
He sort of scrawls out to the corner. Where am I?
Oh.
Where am I?
We're in the stable.
He
You alright?
makes a break for the front.
I wanna like stand in the way. Whoa.
Get back.
You okay?
Get back. You get back now.
What? What's the matter?
Where's old man Haim? Where, her. I saw her before.
Does he sound different?
He sounds the same. If not, his voice is just naturally a little higher right now.
I saw her before.
Yeah. She's in the bed. In the same room as me.
Haim is...
Points towards Fauna.
What's your name?
Philania.
I want to go shake. I want to go shake Fauna. Because I remember she talked about it. I want to go shake Fauna. I'd be like,
Felania what?
Philania Reed.
Are they here?
No. You have a visitor.
Yes.
Who am I? I don't remember your name. I think you told me.
This is apparently Felania.
Valania.
Philania Reed, yeah.
Valania.
Yes.
I get up.
Where is everybody?
Arthur. This is
Arthur.
Valania.
Arthur.
Let's. I'm Fauna. This is Eskra.
Fauna.
It's nice to meet you, Valania.
Eskra. Hi. Where am I? Is this still Hurst?
No. You're safe right now. You're safe. Can you tell us can you tell us if something's wrong?
I was in Hurst around Old Man Harim and the masked Concord.
I look at Arthur when Dalen says, Haim.
And now I'm here.
The mass Concord.
Haim, you're with Haim, right?
Yeah, and the changeling boys. People.
Yes. Could you you could tell us where that is,
I
right?
want to go home. Who are you? What happened to my hands? Why am I so tall?
Right?
Wait, this was before. I want to go home.
Felania, we can help you. Do you know where you just were?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, frig.
Yo, Fauna keeps it up this way. We're gonna. Oh, I got some debts that I need to be paid.
Can I guidance myself?
Yes.
Before I roll
You
it?
can. You can.
Just.
Oh, fudge, bro. Luck roll.
Luck. Okay.
Arthur's just looking back and forth between Fawn and this girl. What the frick is going on? Or Dalen.
Bartaka's still sleeping. Let me wake that man up.
Okay,
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit better.
Gaga! Man. Gaga!
Persuasion?
Where's Tiger's asleep at, actually? That is a... Where's Tiger's sleeping at?
I just said anywhere. Where's anywhere, Brandon?
Just kind of probably again in one of the little patches of hay.
15.
I would conversation wake him up.
I would nudge Tiger with my foot.
Okay.
I just nudge him, try to wake him up, and then he
It's
can just
morning
hear what's
already.
happening.
Okay.
I got a 15.
15?
Here we are.
Yeah.
Song.
Okay. What do you want? What do you want to know?
Old man Haim, right?
Yeah.
Old man Haim is in danger, right?
I don't think so. I think we're walking together.
Okay. Well, our friend Dalen is Haim's son.
Yes.
Yes. And he's really worried about Haim.
Where is he?
Right now.
You're him. I don't know if I should say that.
What are you talking? I want to go home. I want to go home. I just want to go home.
Well, we're trying to find you to help you.
You're trying to
If
find
you
me?
could just tell us where Haim is, we can come and
Why do you?
we can bring Dalen.
Okay. We're in Hrist. We're under the castle of Vorsh.
Arthur, you know that place.
Do I know that place?
Yeah,
Ever heard about it?
yeah. I'd say that a lot of you have heard of Vorsh and being from Hurst.
So I know that's where Vorsh resides?
Yes.
Bad news.
What? Why? I heard he's kind of a ruffian. I learned that word a couple days ago.
Bad news, mother's.
I
Day.
think that we just. Do you know where you're going next, or are you staying there?
I think we're staying here for a couple of days, and then we are gonna
Okay.
head over to Jasper. Gasper.
Gaspard.
I think.
Okay, that's
Unless
great.
they have some other thing they need to take care of, but as far as I know.
Okay, well, we can tell Dalen that you are safe and Haim is safe, and that we can meet up with you guys at Gaspard.
Should I tell them to wait for you guys? Fauna, Eskra, Arthur?
No.
No?
Well,
We'll catch up.
Okay.
We can head over.
Okay.
As long
We'll
as
catch
you
up.
guys are safe, that's the number one priority.
Okay. So no, don't tell them.
We want to
And
surprise
so-
Haim.
Oh, our
There you go.
little secret.
It's like
Yeah.
we never
Okay.
existed.
And Haim it's just with you and Haim?
No, it's me, Haim, Abbas, Deuce,
Arthur takes out a notebook, starts writing this down. By the way.
It's me, Abbas, Juice, Lone, Reen, or Lone, not wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys are all safe, not in any danger.
And Han. We've had a lot of dangerous things. There's this big lizard that yeah.
What exactly are you doing?
Waiting.
For?
Vorsh.
For what reason?
I don't know. I don't really hear too much from a boss. He kind of keep it away from me and Old Man Haim to a degree. Or whenever they have their meetings or whatever, they tell me to go play in the snow. But for the most part, it sounds like a lot of meetings.
Well, that's good as long as you guys are safe and these people, they're all good people, right?
I think. I don't really get, what that means, but they seem fine.
Okay.
They're like we all like Kinnear, so.
Okay. Well, just letting you know that you're in a safe place right now.
Okay.
And Dalen can't wait to go meet up with Haim and to meet you for the first time.
Well, yeah.
What do you know about Dalen?
He's Haim's son, with Raz, and Nox, and Agor.
Okay. But there's nothing. You guys don't have any ill intent for them.
What do you mean?
No, of course not.
You guys you guys like them. You like them? You've heard good stories about them? They're really nice people.
That's what Haim tells me. He only tells me like when we're by ourselves, though.
Yes, they're really nice people.
I'm sure.
I can't wait for you to meet them too. And you're right now. It's what year? It's month of May, right?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, that doesn't matter.
Okay.
Pardon my asking. You keep saying you want to go home.
You're pardoned. You're pardoned.
Where is home?
With Haim.
Do you have a house?
Oh. I guess not.
Do you have any other parents?
I don't think so. Mama's. I don't know where Mama is. They say Papa's dead.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
No, I don't remember him though.
Well, they say home is where the people you love are.
Love. Okay. Yeah.
You just. If you guys go to gas.
Dalen,
We'll find you.
You find yourself in this.
She's falling, Arthur.
This is
Okay.
like orange, or it's like an ocean, but it's always orange light. And you find yourself in there as you wake up, and you are like submerged underwater.
I'm holding my breath.
Like
I
that's
guess.
what it feels.
I feel like it's water.
Yes, it feels like it's.
Can I
water.
see if I look up? Is there
I see this brighter
indication of light?
Yeah, this brighter light up top, like orange, brighter orange light.
I swim up, holding my breath.
You swim up, and you break the surface tension of the water, and you breathe. And about 5 seconds later, the second comes out. And
what do they look like?
You see
you see
The one and only.
You see.
Finally.
this little drow girl in this sort of purple-like attire, white hair comes down. You look at her, and she looks very similar to the figure you normally transfer into, if not a little younger. Best picture gift for a young
Look at
girl.
her nose.
She's so cute.
She sort of sits there, she's in her little doggy paddle, and she,
Valania?
where am I?
I'm gonna like kind of go over and like kind of hold her up while kicking as best I can and stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm Dalen.
Hey, I'm Billy. Where am I?
I don't know how long we have. If you're alone with Haim next time, tell him what happened. Just him.
Okay.
Make sure it's just him.
Okay. Your friends are nice.
They are.
Esker and Arthur.
They are.
And
I'm going to see you soon.
Oh yeah. But it's our secret.
It is. It's our secret. Tell Haim when you're alone. Just him.
Okay.
Tell him that Dalen's coming.
Okay. You see for a split moment this like almost translucent like orange thread that connects you to her in this straight line sort of extends longer and then knots in the center before it pops and you open your eyes again in another
Arthur's
colder Arthur's arm, another colder area, looking up at Arthur.
I kind of like put my hand on his
nice.
hand on his chest.
Are you okay?
She's okay.
Dalen? Is this you?
It's me. I'm back, and I kind of like get up and
Yeah,
steady
set you up.
myself, and I kind of like step away a bit.
Are you
Kinda like-
breathe.
I'm okay,
Mayor.
Dalen, she came back again. She was here.
and I was there.
At the castle, she was saying, right?
Vorsh's keep.
I saw Vorsh, and whatever he takes with him. Some monstrosity. I kind of like
Saw
start
Vorsh?
pacing a bit. He came in. I'll start from the beginning. And before I start this, the last time that I switched my bodies,
Mhm.
was Valania a child?
Last time you switched and you went there, you seemed to be shorter than Haim.
Shorter than Haim.
Like, if Haim's here, you were like down here when you were talking to him.
As compared to now where I was like hip height.
Well, you were about the same. You were the same height now as you were the last time. But last time,
You're short, man.
he crouched down to talk to you.
I guess the main question is like when I held my hand in front of my face, because I think I've done it twice now.
Yeah, you did that.
I did
last
it
time,
both
too.
times. Was it the same looking hand, or did it look not
Last
quite?
time it was the same looking hand.
Okay.
No time travel business.
No, none of that. No sliding through time weirdness, at least that we know of. Maybe I'm just getting the lucky times. And I kind of like start pacing back and forth. I was next to Haim again. He was
saw
with
him.
changelings. And then as soon as I say that, I kind of like look around and I get closer. He was with changelings. Many. They called themselves Masked Concord.
Concord. I say it
Valania said it.
simultaneously.
And she said all the names.
Did
Do you
you-
know the names?
I heard them all. He talked about it.
And-
Did she tell you her name?
Valania.
Melania.
That's it.
Valania Reed.
As in,
Yeah.
As in
as in,
the former rulers of the kingdom from 400 years ago.
What?
She said,
Oh.
they said that she was a key. They're talking about going to a chronolet. They're in Hrist.
they're going. She said that they're going to Gaspard. She mentioned her parents. She said that her father. They said that her father was killed, and she didn't know anything about her mother.
And she has no house.
Fauna.
What?
I'm sorry, quick. Gotta remember what Dalen remembers as compared to what I've heard. So I do not meta. Did Dalen ever hear about Bashan creating your people? I cannot remember if I was there for that or if I was away for that.
He just said the whole thing. Did I ever mention it to Dalen?
If I wasn't there, I don't think so. No.
Okay, if you weren't there, then I don't think you know.
Okay.
I used to also like it to be known that this isn't gonna change too much, but the Masked Concord was a name you guys heard before.
Yes,
With the council.
the council said it.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
talking about a group of changelings that give changelings a bad rap.
Yes,
Yeah.
Nicole.
Yeah.
Yes, Nicole.
And Dalen's just, the Masked Concord. My father's in it. He's with them. I don't know. He seemed like he was protecting Valania.
We asked Valania a lot. She said that they're all safe. She said that they've
They're-
had it.
They're not. I don't trust the rest of them. I keep losing. There's so much to say. I was in Valania's body when I woke up. They were all around talking about meeting with somebody, and then very soon after, Vorsh walked in with his monstrosity. I think he called it hunger and anguish.
What monstrosity?
I don't know.
Hunger. Yeah. Is that
Anguish?
Is that what it's
Hunger and
Anguish.
agony.
Agony.
Agony,
Hunger and
sorry. Hunger and agony.
Hey!
Hunger and agony. Hunger and agony. And it looked. Its face was a skeleton's. Its body was like a tortoise covered in spikes, but its stomach was a huge mouth covered in teeth. It was enormous. I don't know how else to describe it. Anyways, he came in and he started talking about their deal, if they had what he asked for, and the leader, it was Abbas, right? Abbas was the leader talking the most?
Yes.
Yeah. Abbas, they pull out a dead man. Vorsh cut his head off, and then the thing ate what was left.
Who was the man?
I didn't recognize his face, did I?
No.
Okay. I don't know. Just a human. After he ate the body, they started talking about their deal, something to do with Goliaths. They needed Goliaths too. Oh, this is where it gets weird, I guess. A boss thinks he can hear Kinnear talking to him. They said, and it seems like Haim agreed, or at least he didn't say no, but he said that Kinnear made changelings. Back when the races were being put on the earth. I don't know. I don't know very much about my own people. We didn't talk about it a whole lot.
Does anyone here know if... I mean, this is a history question. If anyone would know, it's you, Dalen. When were all of the races created?
Is that a history roll, or is that just a you have no freaking clue?
No. Make a history check. Most of you have some knowledge because it was touched on vaguely from Ollivander.
Guidance.
Guidance to me.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's 25 plus guidance.
Okay. So
That's plus 4, right?
Well, it's a D4.
Yeah.
I'll roll it for you.
I just
I don't
rolled
know
it.
if
It's a
matters.
3.
Okay.
It's a 28.
Yeah.
The
They
highest I've ever
most of them
Like
were
humans and
made
elves.
before time was recognized. Then there was
Uh-huh.
the big war between the betrayer gods and the prime deities, to which a lot of them were wiped out, and then they began to make more of like some of the basic ones, and then once they crafted the New World gods, including the ones that were the flood god and deities, the New World gods took it upon themselves to make more and more and more. That happened around 0. 0 to like 20
Okay.
years.
So,
Zero.
yeah. I remember from a book. I don't know. My mom kept a lot of books. Both of them did. All 3 of them did. They talked about around the first year, around, I guess, 0, things being put on the planet together. They just, after the war between the 2 gods that we've heard about, people were put on it. I'm guessing by them. And what Abbas is suggesting is that changelings were made by Kinnear. He has extreme ideas, though. Whatever they're doing with the chronolit, he said it's the key, is Valania. She is the key. I don't trust whatever that means. I don't trust him. He seemed stark raving mad, and my father did not trust him.
What's his goal?
The changelings should not reject their curse. We were made to deceive and to be worshipped. And he wants to take over the freaking continent, I guess. He's talking about taking over the north and then moving south. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Why would Vorsh help with that? What could he gain? A single dead man?
Why is there so much happening in this world right now? What can we do? We can't take on Vorsh. I look around and I kind of lower my voice after I say that.
The leader,
We can't fight these things.
Abbas, there's something else. If what he said is right, if what I know is right, he was spared from death by Kinnear. And that's when he started hearing her voice, which makes him qualified to be Zama. If he's not already.
Did you hear Kinnear's voice?
Once, when I died.
What did she say? I'm sorry. If you don't want to.
No, it's just... You have been saved. I have given, and I must take. I am owed your worth. Bring it to me. I don't know what that means. I still don't. Even after finding the Zama, I don't know what that means. And I'm not the only changeling like me, I guess. I don't... I'm gonna look like at Arthur specifically. I don't know what to do, Arthur. They're in Hrist. they're going to Gaspard, and it sounded like they're going to be in Hrist for at least a day or two longer before they
Then we
begin
go
their
to
journey.
Hrist.
How long
I don't
will
know
the
where they
travel
are in
take?
Hrist.
They're going to Gaspard, Dalen. We told Valania, and she said that they could wait for us, but we said just keep going and we'll catch up.
I told
We can meet them.
Valania that when she was alone with Haim to tell him everything.
Dalen, why is Haim with these people?
I don't know. He didn't like any of them, clearly. He hated them. He called the leader scum.
Why doesn't he
Protected
leave?
Valania from him. Put his hand... He acts for her like he did for me.
You think if we caught up, he'd be on our side? Or does he need to do what he's doing?
I don't know. He's not gonna harm us. He won't. He can't. He won't. He didn't seem like he wanted to be there. The leader, Abbas, he kept calling them a family, and Haim upset. Seemed like he was disgusted by it.
I'll step a bit closer to Dalen, and I'll kind of grab your hand.
Listen, Dalen, this is your family. If you trust Agor's,
And I look over at Arthur.
I believe your word. I'm gonna trust you on this.
And I'll back away.
If I had to guess, knowing my father, I can't
And
see
Haim, not
anything.
Agor's.
Yeah, I know. I can't see any reason he'd be there than to protect Valania, but I don't understand why he wouldn't leave with her. Maybe he can't. Maybe there is more behind the reasoning. Haim, they found something. They mentioned finding out the truth about Kinnear creating us, but maybe there was even more than that. Because Haim didn't seem to entirely disagree with everything he said, just most of it.
You think he's forced into doing this?
I don't know. It's hard to tell because he didn't seem like he wanted to be there, but at the same time, he didn't seem like he entirely disagreed with their entire belief set.
Dalen,
Abbas mentioned protecting us. Rask, Naz, by doing this.
you think they'd come after you guys if he wasn't helping?
It didn't seem like a threat. It seemed like he was proposing that whatever they were going to do was going to make all changelings better, safer.
I don't think your father's aggressive toward us, or would be. But do you think us catching up would do more harm to him than it would good? You think he'd be at risk? If we show up, what does this mass Concord do?
You said that the thread connecting us was orange, like Kinnear's, right? There was a moment when I was switching Felania. We both ended up in this orange lit ocean. We were there. I talked to her. And there was a thread connecting us. The same color. Same color that my magic missile took on that one time when I was fighting Siren. Orange. Like Kinnear. I can't imagine that there is Kinnear talking to this man and telling him to do... I don't know. It sounded like a war. And
Maybe it's not Kinnear.
and at the same time connecting me with Melania. Like, I don't trust that group. Even if my father's there, I don't know if him being with them is good. So I don't know if it'd be good or bad for us to be there for him, but I'm just as worried for that little girl as I am my father. She's a child. And I don't know about you, but when I grew up and there were stories about people being keys or important to something, it usually wasn't good. In fact,
Keys are meant to be used.
exactly. No child should be used for anything. So, I don't know if it'd be good for me to show up, but I don't care.
If they're allied with the Force, the Skullkeep, I'm afraid I don't know what we can do.
We find them when they're not around him. He already left, but I don't... They're in Hrist. I don't know where in Hrist. They're going to Gaspard. I don't know what their path will be exactly, except for...
She said something else.
What?
She said something about, I think I remembered it wrong. But they're going to Gaspard.
We know at least one way you have to get to Gaspard. Is Red here?
He's there, but he's very
He's
knocked out.
asleep.
When Esker told him he can sleep, he doesn't sleep often, so he was out.
Dalen. For Kinnear. As I've recently found out, gods aren't as two-dimensional as we think. And you said you owe Kinnear a debt, is that right?
Yes,
Because she saved you from death,
she did.
and she saved a boss from death. Is this his debt?
I don't know.
Maybe Kinnear wants more than one thing. Maybe she wants this.
Galen kind of like considers it for a moment and he kind of...
If Kinnear wants
I don't know.
a child to be used against her will as a key, I'm sorry, Dalen, but I won't stand for that. I would hope you
If
won't
she wanted that, why show me? Why connect us?
She's the goddess of time. Maybe there's two outcomes. Maybe she doesn't care which one.
Well, if that's the case, then that means that she'd be supporting us equally.
Dalen, I hate to give validity to the masked Concord and to their sayings, but...
And Fauna will walk over to, next to Garnet, and she'll reach into her bag and she'll pull out the black book that you see sometimes her reading. And she'll walk over and she'll flip through it a bit, and there'll be this ripped off, torn piece of paper with Kaku's translation.
When we went and we saw Kaku, this ancient book, Kaku dated it to the war. This was given to me by my grandfather, and he translated it for me. And it has a lot to do about my home in Willowwind. But it also gives validity to whatever they said. If they said that Kinnear created the changelings, and I give you the paper, Kaku translated it, and it says that Bashan created the Herringons. I'll send you the translation.
Thank you. Thank you. No, kind of like, I guess, kind of glance over it and everything.
Mm-hmm. It basically talks about my homeland, and it talks about how Bashan gifted it to them, and afterwards he created the bipedal races, basically. And if a new world god like Bashan can create my people as a race, I find it very coincidental that your family just happens to worship Kinnear. But it just makes too much sense. If anyone would know anything, it's your people.
If anyone knows anything, it's going to be Haim, and he owes me answers. And if it's all right, you kind of look over at Arthur again. I talked to Kaku for a moment. He's my sending stone. He's still looking into Esmeralda. She's, when I take it, then still south. We still have time. Once we get our transport,
We can spend a few days doing the Solheim thing, and as long as it's not any more than a week, hopefully we won't be too late.
If a week's too long, they're only going to be in Hrist a couple days.
to travel past Hrist over to Solheim will take longer than. Remind me if I'm right. It'll take a week by itself just for the travel.
To travel to Solheim?
Yeah, from where we currently
if things are if things go majority bad, somewhat good, it'll take around a week. If you get really bad storms.
So it'd take a better part of a week just to get there in good fortune.
Yeah.
So we'd have like a day or two. If everything goes right when we're traveling there, it'd almost take a week. And then we'd have to do it back again.
Two nation-ending threats.
Well,
yours is more time-sensitive. You should go.
At least we have Kaku dealing with Esmeralda.
Hrist is still on the way, at least mostly.
We can still do both.
If we can cut them off there, we don't have to go to Gaspard.
I don't know if we'll make it to Hrist in a couple days, but
Where
we'll
is
make haste.
Gaspard?
Well, if we try and cut off the way that would get to Gaspard to our west.
It's
Right.
it's to the west, Luke. It's not on the map though.
Oh, okay.
It's on the left.
It's in Thrall, isn't it?
Yeah.
Around there. If we try and cut them off over that way, then we should be able to. If we try and cut them off on the way while we're heading to Hrist, it's possible we may be able to see them on the way.
Dalen, if these people are waging war on the nation, even without Vorsh, I hate to say it, but I am scared. You remember what Jordan the Bloodborne did? And he was just trying to fight one village. We've heard these people from the council. I don't want to make it seem like we don't have a chance.
There's 5 of them. Not counting Haim.
Well,
We can still
the
go
leader
look.
seemed mad. And if they deal in deception, you can do a lot without having to directly fight anybody. I don't I don't try to usually. That's because I was taught better. But I don't know. I just want to try and see if I can get answers. If we can take care of this, get some transportation, then we can finally talk about actual real plans of transport.
Yes, let's get transportation first.
Dalen, as you wrap up, you hear in the back of your mind, Dalen, is what this girl telling me true? You saw all of that happen? Look, I'm confused, but be careful, my son. These are dire straits.
Zach, do I feel like I can get a response in?
You can respond.
Wonderful. Limited words?
No, you can just respond.
20? Oh,
Wonderful.
infinite.
Responds or...
Father, this is the second time I've seen you in the north. I'm here. And I want to know what's happening. I am coming. In the coming days, we will head towards Frist. I hope I can see you. End message.
Moment passes. And you hear another one. Don't be a damn fool. I can't afford to have you in any sort of danger. Are you here to find me? Please, be safe. You can respond.
Father, since you've left, I've been in battle after battle, lost 2 people already, and we came here to find you and to stop a necromancer from becoming a lich. Whether you're around me or not, danger seems drawn to me like a magnet. And I don't care. I'm stronger for it. End message. You don't count as words.
I was burning those spell slots.
Yeah, bro's going, I gotta sleep right now anyway, so.
Another response. Damn it. Alright. Damn. Alright. If you're coming in now, I'll try and find you. Don't come around these people. I just want you safe. Yes.
I will be safe. And I won't come around your stark, raving lunatic of a leader. I need to know. And you are gonna tell me why, in God's name, you would be traveling with people like that.
Out of spell slots, my son.
That was 3?
Yeah, it's 3.
That was 3.
This would be the 4th one.
Bro's in bed, tuckered in, like he's just gonna, as soon as he's done, he's closing his eyes.
Give me 8. Give me 4 hours.
Just give me a second, man. I don't have any sending stones.
Oh.
I almost want to put on tack to the last message. You do not have to respond. I know you're burning spell slots, you freaking weirdo.
Take an arcane boost.
These are all level 3 spell slots. Stop.
I'm level 20. It's okay.
My level is infinite, son.
Yes.
No.
I have as many as I need for the plot.
He doesn't respond.
He doesn't respond.
He's a cleric.
Let him sleep. Let him sleep.
Oh, he's a cleric,
Let
man.
bro
By the way, if he responds, I
he's
can
a
tell
son.
you what level he is.
He doesn't respond. But he could cast it at a higher level.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
he doesn't respond. And that's the last message.
I get the final word.
You get the final word.
Yeah.
And you guys lull off to what is the rest of your sleep for the mission tomorrow to regain or get some legs, some transport, so you can head your way over to Hrist, Solheim, whatever comes next. That's where we're gonna go ahead and end today's session.
Hey. And thank you
Bro.
for Cam Ghost or Cam as our guest star today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brandon, when you were doing that monologue, I thought you were saying that big fat gutted beast was Vorsh. I was like, what the
Oh,
frick?
No, that's what I thought too. That's what I thought too. I was like, that's worse.
Big
Is that the
informational
skull?
episode.
Yeah,
That's
is that
the
the skull
skull
that he
keeps.
keeps? That's the skull that he
Yeah,
keeps
that's
right
the
there.
skull that he
Yeah.
keeps.
Yeah.
That's what's going keeps. It's
Uh,
crazy.
Good lord, man.
Yo, Vorsh is a measly little tiefling, bro. He's about to get clapped.
Measly little
Bro-
tiefling
bro's
who
the
controls like a
devil.
freaking greater
Guys,
undead.
yeah, he's gonna be at
You gotta-
level
you
20
gotta-
when we get there.
Blake, you gotta say that Vorsh is a tiefling, bro. Escar will flip.
True! What, that there's a really bad tiefling? Hey, there's
that
really bad
my
changes, really
father?
bad tiefling.
Yeah.
Is that my husband?
What's
Future
that
husband
beast,
arc.
bro? That thing is so hot. I think it's disgusting.
So hot.
Why
No, I
are
didn't say
villains so overpowered, bro? Why are they so intense?
What if
Yeah,
Vorsh was
for
just
real.
level 4, and then we just went and killed him? That'd be sick.
Yeah, I mean,
see?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
another.
Vorsh
The
could be
Skull
like a
Keep
low
is level
but
20.
Just
Vorsh
has
is
high
level
just has high level enemy or
Yeah,
service.
he hires well.
If we bring
He's
Vorsh's
high
head,
level. He's just
if we bring-
rich.
yeah, real. If we bring
Really good
Vorsh's head
money.
to this guy who's gonna give us these oxen, we can get his whole camp. This guy hates Vorsh. This guy hates Vorsh.
Yeah.
We're gonna ride in on a pack of oxen. Ah!